going on, YouTube? Welcome back to Eastside RC. Today, y'all, we're going to take a little look at some transmissions. I got 3 different transmissions laid out here, and I'm going to do some in-depth explanations on those. And also, the TMR39 is just about done. Also, Mr. Simon Blessing with Olimat RC, Olimat Pipes, he is in the works of making me 2 headers and a big fat nasty pipe for the 45 and our 39cc that we're going to be using. So this 39cc's got a massive exhaust port, y'all. It's big. We had to get Simon to make us a header and open it up nice and big for us. So that's in the works. It's paid up. I'm just waiting for it to come in. And am I going to rush the man? Absolutely not, because you never rush perfection. All right? So let's take a look at these transmissions here. We got Mr. Sal's transmission, the guy that I tested the OBR for, y'all. Well, we got his transmission in, and he's got some goodies that he sent me that he wants me to take care of for him. So we're going to address all those goodies and get those straightened out and take a look at his transmission. He wants me to build it super smooth, clean and neat, and tight and right. So let's get right at it. Alrighty, here we go. Mr. Sal's 2-piece transmission. I'm going to give you guys my honest opinion on this thing, all right? This Rovan transmission, I'm not a huge fan of it. Here's one reason why. See the back there? It can't be fully closed up. Why is that? That's because of this billet diff inside of here. When we get it out, I'll show you. This is how it rolls when you get it right out of the factory. Look, it won't even make a revolution, okay? It won't even make one full turn. I'm going to show you how to quickly relieve that by simply removing this seal right here. This rubber seal that's in there, it's creating way too much drag on the lay shaft. Watch when you remove it, how easy it is. Now, what I'm about to do, you don't remove the screws like this with this brand new transmission. I highly advise you checking the screws, because they're more than likely going to have way too much Loctite and it'd be extremely tight. So you can use a mini torch, a soldering iron, or a heat gun and safely get them out without cracking the screws off inside of this portion of the housing. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and bust these loose. Like I said, I've had these loose already, so don't do as I do at this moment. All right, y'all, once you get the screws out, it doesn't like to come apart, okay? So how do you get it apart? Well, you just take a rubber mallet and you knock it. And the diff too. Okay, that's it, done. Look, an immediate difference. It spins all the way around now, at least. It's still draggy. That's because of this diff is being pinched. And look, I put the screws back in case you were wondering. There she is, all busted in half. Look at this. Look at the excessive amount of grease. Look, it's like earwax. You know, this is just junk grease, guys. You want to get all this out of here. This is no good at all. And what this is cosmoline. This is like what you pack. This is what they pack AK-47s in this stuff when they ship them over here from Romania. You know, I bought an AK one time and it was just fully packed with this stuff. You can literally heat this with a torch and it will just melt out of here. This is very draggy, you know, not good grease. So you want to get it all out of here. You know, I'm going to go wash this with Dawn Platinum and get that bearing out of there. But yeah, you know, what a mess. What a mess. This diff fits absolutely nothing, all right? It fits only one transmission now, and that is the Rovan transmission. It's actually a smooth, nice diff, but it just doesn't fit in anything. So, you know, what a pain. But I'm going to steal the gear off of it, and we're going to put the gear on the vert locker. All right, this bearing is not wanting to come out, so how in the world do we get that out? Well, you can put this in a toaster oven like this and lightly heat it and let the bearing drop out, or you can pack this with some bread, son. Yep, I know it sounds silly, but you can put some bread in here like this. All right, now that we got that in there, we're gonna go ahead and sit this in here like this and hammer this and pop the bearing out of there. Voila. See there? Now I can get the case seals off of there and do the grease up and do it nice and right. All right, y'all, there it is, all cleaned up. One quick note, the lay shaft. When you put this on right here, this clip that comes with the stock one is just too tight, okay? It's too tight going in there. See it? It just doesn't work. So what you do is you get the HPI one. I don't have a part number for this. I just have a whole bunch of these, and it just fits in there. Perfect, son. All right, the bearing seal. I like to go in this inner lip right here very carefully. And pop out the seal like that, okay? Inspect it, make sure I didn't damage it. Looks good. Okay. All right, same thing with the other side. Pop it out, and then we're gonna blow out this grease. See this grease right here? This is old clear Vaseline. That ain't no good, man. Step one, after the bearing seals have been removed, flush out the cracked grease. Voila, cracked grease out. Step 3, Dawn Platinum. Toothbrush it, son. Step 4, hot water rinse. Step 5, blow the water out. Now, every one of my man's bearings spin free. What I like to do, guys, is just put a little dab in here like this. All right, for this step, I like to just spread the grease around in here like this. Get it nice and dispersed. Then I'll take the air compressor and I'll lightly blow through this right here. See it on the other side here, and I'll just go through and run the brush on this side. Got the trans all ready. This is rolling quite buttery smooth. This grease is so good. Look, I just barely coated the gears, and you can see, look at that. It just really, look at that, how that stuff coats. Great grease. And that is more than enough for those 2 gears. All right, This Vertigo locker is super simple. What I like to do is saturate a Q-tip with some Loctite 290 and just wet this area right here after I have brake cleaned the surface. All right, so go around here like this. And don't forget to put your O-rings on first. And then you also want to brake clean the inside here with a Q-tip. Don't spray it on there. And then I'm going to go around like this. Get this just dampened. We'll let that set up for a second while I have a snack, and then I'll be right back. Now that the Loctite has set up, we are going to go ahead and get this installed. The best way to do this is just to put it on, get all the screws snug, and then just go around little by little at a time. Do this on camera. You know, a little bit tight in here, in the crisscross pattern. A little bit tight in there, a little bit tight in here, a little here. You know, and just gradually pull this piece on until it's nice and tight. Now for the cups, it's got 4mm hardened pins that it comes with. They just simply slide in here like this, and you drop the pin in, and you roll the O-ring over. There it is. Your cup is solid as a rock, tight and right. Here's the locker all done. If you notice the O-rings are shiny, that's because I like to condition the O-rings with green slime. It's some really good stuff. All right, y'all. A common mistake that people make is over-greasing the transmission, the diff, you know, and the whole transmission rather. It's not necessary, especially for a drag transmission. You know, this is all you need right here. So another thing I want to note is people will put the screw heads on this side of the lathe shaft, and that is incorrect. Why is that incorrect? Well, when the diff is in here, okay, we're going to put it in correctly. All right, here it is, installed correctly. Now, notice the way it's turning. How do our screws turn? Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. So if we put the cap heads on this side, then when this is turning, they have the app to do what? All the jerking and snatching that you do, you will tend to loosen the screws. Okay, so that's not what we want. So this way, it naturally wants to tighten the screws during that initial snatch, like that. When the gears first take off, you know, what are they doing? Bam, bam. They're jerking and they're tightening, righty-tighty. Okay, so that's why you want to have the screw ends of the screws facing the lathe shaft every time you put the transmission together. Now watch when I close this up. Look at there. No crack. Well, here it is, y'all. In its glory. The Rovan 2-piece. Now, I actually like it. Check this out. Super buttery smooth. Yes, sir. Sealed up. Super tight. So, there you go, Mr. Sal. Your drag race transmission is super, super free. And it'll get even more free when you run it. And I pre-ran it in with the drill a little bit. I had a turnbuckle that I put in here and spun it for you for a bit. All right, to disperse the grease throughout the bearings and gears. Y'all have a blessed one. I'll see you on the next one. Eastside RC is out.